What about your hair, Matt? Is that like your normal look, or is that the Corona, I'm growing it out look?
I actually cut the back of it, and he got really upset with me.
I just see these huge chunks coming off the back, and I'm like, what is going on back there?
He offered to cut my bangs for me. In
return.
In retaliation, I think.
You know, we know you have a baby. But what does your quarantine situation look like right now?
Well, we kind of actually have an interesting quarantine situation because we came out here in December to have our baby Jones. Matt's dad's best friend is an OBGYN in the city. So we've been displaced during quarantine. We've pretty much been with Matt's parents the whole time.
Living with the in-laws.
Living with the in-laws and a newborn baby. So it's been interesting. I keep telling our friends, having a newborn, we've pretty much been in quarantine for 11 weeks already. So not much has changed for us.
Yeah.
We're kind of in this really lucky phase where we just get to spend time with Jones and don't have to teach, but just get to pretty much be on maternity leave.
How is Jones sleeping?
Well, he's sleeping right now.
Yeah. We had a rough start, I think, and we took our medicine and kind of consulted with a sleep consultant and been going on a schedule per her advice.
He calls me Gestapo.
Yeah. She's rough on the schedule. I got to kind of like keep it flexible a little bit for us and for baby Jones, but I give all the credit to her.
He doesn't understand. He's literally like, Jones will start fussing and stuff, and I'll be like, it's time for his nap. He's like, I think he just wants to hang out with dad a little bit longer. I don't think he's tired. I think he just wants to hang out with dad. I'm like, trust me, he doesn't want to hang out with dad. He wants to go to sleep. This whining is like, between that and our arguments about swaddling, it's crazy. Like, I'm like adamant about swaddling, and Matt's like, get that straight jacket off my child. He hates it. He wants to be free. He wants to be free. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He likes it. It's comforting. Trust me. This is a good thing. It's just,
That's kind of why we wanted to do this segment, because I think take away any children or extraneous, anything else, just take a couple. And then you add kids to it. And it's like the perfect storm for, let's sit back and assess our communication skills. Let's think about giving and not taking as much. Let's think, it's a lot.
I'll just add that one piece of advice that I remember thinking is super valuable to give to couples when they have a baby is don't try to have a conversation when the baby's screaming.
Or fussing.
Or fussing, right? Because it's just like, it's nails on a chalkboard for your brain and you don't even realize it. And it's just going to come out in what you say and how you say it. Sarah and I just instantaneously got pissed off at each other whenever the baby was crying and we were having a conversation. And I remember I would we'd have one of those conversations and then it'd be over. And I'd look back and like, that just escalated for no reason other than the baby was crying and it was like driving us bonkers.
Our tolerance for crying is a little bit higher, but then Matt's mom has zero tolerance for baby cries. So literally, and Matt sleeps naked. I'm half naked in bed, and Jones is in our room crying.
And then Grandma flies down the stairs.
He starts crying, and my first thought is close the door because Marianne's gonna hear him crying and run in, and we're both gonna be like naked, and it's just gonna be an awkward situation. Like, hurry, close the door. Don't let her hear Jones crying because she just has zero tolerance for it. I've had anxiety going to sleep since Jones was born. Like, I used to love going to bed and really enjoy it. And I literally get anxiety. Like, am I going to sleep tonight? I have no idea. I could be up all night. I'm not sure I'm prepared for that. I have some Zoom calls tomorrow. What am I going to do? Like, major anxiety, and it still hasn't gone away.
You mentioned at one point you get out for runs and walks. We noticed that people in quarantine are either gaining the Corona 15 or they're becoming Corona cut. Which one are you guys?
I don't know if we're either one.
I don't think we're either.
Weight, but we're trying. I'm like in the best shape I've probably been in, and just from working out and like eating healthy.
And not like drinking with our friends as much.
We haven't drank. We haven't been out to dinner. We're doing every meal at home.
We're cooking everything. So
you're not drinking at home?
I'm drinking plenty at home.
He is. I'm not really.
Less probably than I would be if we were like going out still and like, around our friends.
Social drinker, not like a home drinker. But
drinking a lot of wine for sure.
Now you mentioned eating at home. What is the food situation? I know you're with your parents and in-laws. So who's commanding the kitchen? Who's the food person preparing? Okay.
Well, this is a little bit of like, I feel like I'm used to being the man of my house. My dad is definitely the man of his house. We both love to cook. We both have our own styles, but I was taught by him for sure. It's just a funny dynamic, I think, between what's on the television and then what's being cooked in the kitchen is like me and my dad's little internal battle that we have while in quarantine.
Who asked who out first?
I asked her
He asked
first.
me out.
Who initiated the first kiss?
I think that was
Pretty mutual.
I think it was probably me.
Yeah, she was
It's
aggressive.
probably me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said I love you first.
Me.
She did. And I said, I don't love you.
You said what?
I said, I don't love you back at the moment.
He was lying. He loved me.
There was a lot up in the air.
Yeah.
We found our way.
He asked me out and I was like, I'm never going to date you. I live in LA. And he's like, I'm actually just a week ago signed a lease on an apartment in West Hollywood. I'm moving out in 3 months. And I was like, bullshit. No, you're not. And he's like, yeah, I am. I'm moving to Kings Road, West Hollywood. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I can date you then. So we did long distance for 3 months. And then when he moved to LA, it was kind of game on.
Who introduced? How'd you meet?
We met at a concert in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Jamie XX.
Jamie
It's
XX.
stage 5,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Zero mutual friends, nothing in no common connectors, just completely random.
Took a lot of chutzpah to go over to her at the concert, but I had much encouragement.
A little liquid courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that you, I don't want to say you've done it previously, but is that like part of your personality to like be very forward or aggressively approach a girl at a bar or at a concert? Because I don't think I have those guts.
Not really.
We stared each other down for like a good hour.
Definitely giving a little bit of a sign. I was like, and my buddy was like, you definitely need to go talk to her. She's eyeing you. And I was like, I don't know. No way. And I eventually went over. So it worked out.
Yeah.
Definitely not my MO though.
I like it.
What did you say when you first got there?
I just said like, hey, and she was with actually one of her friends who looks exactly like her and is like also gorgeous. And I was like totally intimidated. And her friend's like, who the hell are you? And I was
yeah, she's not the nicest at first. She's a little bit of a...
So then I just was like, who the hell are you guys? And that was my response. And it ended up working out. So
yeah, luckily it was loud. Probably couldn't hear much.
Yeah. We were both drinking. Made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Who's the first one to say I'm sorry in a fight?
Ooh, this is
we're stubborn, so neither of us.
part of the reason our fights extend is because I refuse to say
he
sorry.
Refuses
if I
to
feel
say
that
sorry.
it's not warranted.
And if he does say sorry, it's not like a real sorry ever. It's kind of like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Oh, the sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Not a sorry. That's not a real sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what a move I stole from the internet that's brilliant is when you're fighting, one person asks the other to slow dance and you can't say no. So when you're having words, someone says, should we slow dance? And you turn to each other and you slow dance. And it is almost impossible to stay mad.
Well, our friend said to get naked.
Gail?
No, remember Matt in Texas? Our friend said when they get in fights, they just both get naked. And you like start laughing.
I like the slow dance.
Oh, that.
Either one of those would work.
Slow dance works in every room of your house and in front of children.
That's true.
Now that we have a kid,
they didn't have kids.
Matt, can you tell us your favorite thing about Rachel?
Ooh.
He has to think really hard about this.
I mean,
going down, I'm sure.
I like her work ethic the most, I think, and her ability to just constantly see the bright side in things. She's like the ultimate optimist, which I am totally not. So that's really, it kind of brightens me up a little bit, which is good. I need that. I definitely tend to go towards the dark side.
Interesting.
New York pessimist at their finest, I would say. And she's the California sunshine girl, so it kind of makes makes it good for us.
Balance each other out
Yeah.
in that way.
The LA to your New York. I mean, it's like the
We're different too, so I get that.
Yeah, very different in those ways. Rachel, can you tell us the favorite thing about Matt?
I would say his work ethic too. He has that New York hustle, and he gets so much done in one day that I'm constantly like blown away. But he's also our protector. He's so protective of Jones and I, and just so involved and wants to be part of every part of having a kid and every part of life. He's just like truly my partner. We do everything together. So quarantine hasn't been that different for us, but we do everything together, and we're still not sick of each other. So, or that sick of each other.
something's going right.
Yeah.
How are you guys handling your professional lives or your professional obligations in this sort of new normal? Are you able to get things done remotely or not particularly?
Yeah.
We are. Luckily, a lot of our stuff is on social media. So a lot of stuff, has really pivoted. I think most brands are being really sensitive to what's going on, understandably. I think everyone wants to kind of take a pause and just like reassess what's important to them at the moment. So a lot of our, jobs are travel based and event based. So those are obviously all put on hold, but we have been working with a lot of the brands that want to do really amazing give back to the community right now. So we do have some stuff coming in, and luckily Matt is an amazing photographer and takes all my photos, so we can work from home and are able to still kind of get a little bit of work done as well as be in quarantine. So we feel really lucky about that. I know so many of the brands I work with personally. I know a lot of them are small businesses. Most of them I'd say are small businesses. So, I'm doing my best to try and support as many as I can, and trying to get the word out about different charities in New York. Our friends created In My Scrubs, which is like working with like the restaurants in New York, supplying food for hospital workers, doctors, and nurses. So kind of doing like two birds with one stone. So we did a bunch of posts and tried to promote stuff like that. So we're doing what we can. I think we just all have faith that, everything's going to be postponed, and we kind of just have to take things as they are right now and try and enjoy it as opposed to stressing out too much.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with us in our Couples in Quarantine. I think it's enlightening to hear how everyone's handling it, because every couple has looked different and have different backgrounds and everything, but there's a unifying aspect to just being hunkered down with best friends, especially with your new baby, because I think when I looked at the picture, I did not realize, by the way, how little your baby was. You guys are truly still in those early days. So taking the time to chat with us means a lot.
But thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Good luck with the baby. Good luck with everything.
Take care, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.